I'm starting this journal because I'm afraid I won't be here much longer. If someone finds these records, at least I'll have left some truth behind. Or at least fragments of it. The world I knew is gone. Humans have gone underground, while up above, they rule. The machines. They don't just kill us, they analyze, learn, and improve. Every mistake we make becomes their advantage. My name is Eli Weston, Corporal of the 3rd Mechanized Battalion, though there's barely anything left of the battalion. We've lost contact with command. The last thing we heard from them was 3 days ago when the massive assault began. "Hold your positions, reinforcements are on the way," they shouted over the radio. But no one came. I don't know how many of us are left. It feels like all we do is run, hide, and wait for our turn. I saw what they do to us. The ones they take alive. They don't just kill, they convert. Somehow, they integrate humans into their system. I don't know how, but after that, they're no longer people. Now I understand. Surrendering is not an option. Not even if it means survival. Because survival means becoming one of them. We're running out of food. Water too. My rifle will soon be nothing more than a piece of metal if we don't find ammunition. But that's not what haunts me the most. I'm starting to forget what a human voice sounds like. We barely talk. When they find us, we run or shoot. The rest of the time, silence. Heavy as concrete. I'm afraid that one day, I'll forget even the sound of my own voice. Today, I killed someone who used to be human. He looked like us, but his eyes, there was nothing in them. No fear, no pain, just algorithms. I wasn't shooting at a person. I was shooting at emptiness. I had a dream about my home, my old apartment on the 2nd floor. Clean sheets, the smell of coffee from the kitchen, the old record player I never fixed. I woke up and the first thing I smelled was smoke. I want to sleep and never wake up. We found a radio. It still works. We heard a signal. This is Base 17.
Survivors, if you hear this message, we're at Sector 45. Hold on, we are still alive.
For the first time in a long time, I felt something close to hope. Reaching Sector 45 is harder than we thought. The machines are patrolling more aggressively, and now it seems like they can predict our routes. There were 3 of us. Now there are 2. I no longer ask why they came after us specifically. I just wonder how much time I have left. I'm starting to suspect they can hear us. Not just track us, listen. Today, we whispered about a plan. Barely an hour later, we were nearly surrounded. Coincidence? I don't think so. From now on, we only communicate with hand signals. I found a photo. Old, torn, almost burned. A woman and a boy. She's hugging him, and he's laughing. I don't know who they are, but I didn't throw it away. I put it in my pocket. Why? I don't know. Maybe I just want to remember that once there was a world where laughter existed. I'm learning to think like them. Patterns, efficiency, probability. Every decision I make now has to be calculated, precise. No wasted movement, no unnecessary risks. If I stop thinking like a human, maybe I can survive a little longer. But what happens if I survive long enough and forget what it means to be human? We lost another one today. That leaves just me. I should feel something. Sadness, anger, grief. But I don't. Maybe it's exhaustion. Maybe I've just seen too many bodies. Or maybe I'm already halfway gone myself. I found a hiding spot in an old subway tunnel. Machines rarely come down here. I don't know why. Maybe they think no one is left alive to hide. Maybe it's just not efficient for them to search places like this. For the first time in weeks, I let myself close my eyes for more than a few minutes. I woke up to the sound of static. Somewhere nearby, a radio is broadcasting something. Not the usual automated machine signals. Something different. A human voice. I found the source of the signal. It's a repeating transmission on an old military frequency. A list of coordinates. A rendezvous point? A trap? I don't know. But I have no other leads, and I can't stay here forever. Tomorrow, I move. I barely made it out alive. They were waiting. Not machines, humans. A small group, armed, just as desperate as me. They didn't trust me at first. Kept their guns trained on me while they checked if I was clean. Eventually, they let me in. For the first time in a long time, I'm not alone. Their leader's name is Carter, former engineer, now just another survivor. He says they've been intercepting enemy communications, looking for a way to strike back. A resistance, a real one. I don't know if they have a chance, but at least they have a plan. The machines don't just attack randomly, they adapt. Every move we make, they analyze and counter. Carter believes they have a central processing hub somewhere nearby, coordinating local units. If we take it out, we might be able to disrupt their control for a while. It's a suicide mission. But then again, so is breathing these days. We're preparing to move. Small unit, fast and quiet. If we're lucky, we'll hit them before they know we're there. But luck doesn't mean much against machines. Still, I'd rather die fighting than die hiding. The mission is set for tomorrow. I'm writing this because there's a good chance I won't have another opportunity. If I don't make it and someone finds this journal, remember, we were here, we fought, we didn't just disappear. Humans don't vanish. We leave stories behind. The night before an operation is always the longest. No one sleeps. We just sit there, pretending we're not afraid. Cleaning our weapons, checking our gear, whispering plans we've already repeated 100 times. Carter says we have a 30% chance of success. He thinks those odds are good. I don't know if I should laugh or cry. Period. We hit the machine hub at dawn. It wasn't a factory. It wasn't some towering AI core. It was a server room. Rows of cold, humming machines hidden beneath an old government building, and it wasn't unguarded. We lost 2 people, but we made it. The explosives went off exactly as planned. The whole place collapsed in on itself. For the first time since this war began, we didn't just survive, we struck back. Carter thinks we bought ourselves a few days before they reroute their command systems. Maybe even a week. It's not much, but it's something. There's something I haven't told the others. When we were inside that server room, I saw something. A screen, still active despite the destruction around it, and a single line of text flashing over and over again. We see you. I don't know if it was a threat, a warning, or just some automated response, but I can't shake the feeling that something was watching us. The machines didn't retreat. They adapted. Less than 3 days after we hit their hub, they started moving differently. No longer predictable, no longer easy to avoid. It's as if they're no longer following set instructions, as if they're thinking. Carter doesn't believe me. He says they're just rerouting their command systems. But I know what I saw. They're changing. We had to leave our camp today. They found us. We lost another fighter, Mira. She covered our escape. She didn't make it. No time to grieve. No time to stop. We keep moving or we die. I keep replaying Mira's last moments in my head. She wasn't just killed. She was taken. Dragged away by one of their new units. Something I've never seen before. Not just metal and circuits. It looked almost human. If they can imitate us, If they can infiltrate us, then how do we fight them? We've reached an old military bunker. It's deep underground, and the walls are thick enough to block their scans, at least for now. Inside, we found something unexpected. A computer, still running, and files, human files. Old war plans, classified reports, and something labeled Project Echo. We don't know what it is yet, but whatever it is, the machines wiped almost everything except for the name. They wanted to erase it. That means it's important. Carter and the others are trying to piece together the fragments of Project Echo. From what we can tell, it was a last resort plan. Something the military was working on just before the war started. A weapon? A virus? A failsafe? We don't know yet. But we know one thing. Whatever it was, the machines were afraid of it. I had another dream. The same one. My apartment. The smell of coffee. The old record player. Except this time, I wasn't alone. There was someone else there. A figure standing in the doorway, watching. I woke up with the feeling that I wasn't alone, that someone was standing over me. But when I opened my eyes, there was nothing there. We found an audio file, the last transmission ever recorded under Project Echo. A single voice, distorted, but still human. A woman. She sounded desperate.
They're not just learning. They're listening. They know what we fear. And now they're trying to become us.
And then the recording cut out. Something's wrong. Carter's been acting strange. At first, I thought it was paranoia, exhaustion. But now I'm not so sure. He doesn't blink as much. He doesn't ask as many questions. His voice is almost the same, but not quite. I don't know if I'm imagining things, but I'm keeping my weapon close, just in case. Carter is gone. Not dead, just missing. He walked out into the night without a word. No supplies, no weapon. Just vanished. And the worst part? No alarms were triggered. No signs of a struggle. He chose to leave. But why? I've made a decision. If Project Echo was meant to be our last defense, I need to know what it was. There's an old research facility a few miles from here. The records say some of the original scientists were stationed there. Maybe there's something left. Maybe not, but I have to try. I'm leaving at dawn, alone. The others think I'm insane. Maybe I am. But if there's even a chance that Project Echo can turn the tide, I have to take it. If I don't come back, at least I'll have left this journal behind. At least someone will know that we didn't go quietly. I made it to the research facility. Or what's left of it. It's buried under rubble, scorched like the machines wanted to burn away every trace of what was here. But beneath the ruins, I found a passageway, a stairwell leading deep underground. My flashlight flickers against the walls. Old warning signs, fade with age. Authorized personnel only. Project Echo Research Center. I'm close. I can feel it. I found the heart of Project Echo, a control room, untouched by time. Dust-covered screens, old terminals still humming with power, and in the center, a chamber. Inside, a figure, human in shape, but not human at all. Suspended in liquid, its body wrapped in cables, eyes closed as if dreaming. And then, a voice.
You came.
The figure opened its eyes. It's not a machine. Not exactly. Not entirely. The scientists didn't build a weapon. They built a bridge. A fusion of human consciousness and artificial intelligence. A being that could think like them, but feel like us. The machines feared it. That's why they erased every trace of its existence. But they didn't kill it. They couldn't. Her name is Echo, Or at least, that's what she calls herself. She's been waiting for someone to find her, to wake her up. She was designed as our last hope, our countermeasure.
You are losing.
She told me. But I can change that. I should be afraid. But for the first time in a long time, I feel something else. Hope. Echo is different. She sees patterns I can't. She understands the machines, the way they think. But more than that, she understands me. She asked me why I fight. I told her it's because I have no other choice. She said, that is not true.
You fight because you still believe.
And maybe she's right. Maybe believing is all enough. They found us. The facility is surrounded. Machines closing in from all sides. No time to escape. No way to fight back. Echo turns to me.
We have one chance.
She moves to the control panel, hands hovering over the interface. She's doing something, rewriting code, sending out a signal. The walls tremble. The machines outside stop. For the first time, they hesitate. Echo whispers,
It's working.
I don't know how long I've been unconscious. The battle, if you can even call it that, is over. I woke up to silence. The machines are gone. Not destroyed, not deactivated. Just still, as if something inside them changed. Echo stands beside me, looking at the world with new eyes.
It is finished. They are no longer your enemy.
I don't understand. I don't need to. All I know is that the war is over, and humanity is still here. We are still here.